Welcome! I'm going to show you how to edit the mask mockup in Photoshop. We're going to be using this handy layers panel here. If you don't see the layers panel, go to Window, Layers to bring it up. And then you want to click this arrow to expand the mask layer group. And then you can click this other arrow to expand this mask layer group. And you'll see a layer that says Design-Mask. Just double click the thumbnail icon to bring up the smart object, and this is where you're going to be copying and pasting your design. So just go to File, Open, and then find your design, and then we'll go to Select All, then Edit, Copy, and we'll click back on the Smart Object tab, and then we'll go to Edit, Paste. You might want to resize that. So I'm just going to zoom out by pressing Command minus. It would be Control minus on a PC. And to resize your graphics, go to Edit, Free Transform. And in newer versions of Photoshop, you just want to click on any of the four corners and just drag to resize. In older versions of Photoshop, you had to hold down the Shift key when clicking and dragging to keep the design proportional. So if you find it getting distorted as you're trying to resize it, just go to Edit, Undo, and then do the opposite of whatever you were just doing, whether that's holding down the Shift key or not holding it down. And when you've got it sized, just go to File, Save, to save the smart object. And then once that's done, you can just click the X to close the smart object, and you can close your original graphics, and it'll put the design on the mask just like that. You can also change the color of the trim and the mask. So to change the color, you just want to click on either the color dash layers. There's this little thumbnail icon here, so if you double click on that, it'll bring up the color picker. You can just click anywhere in this rainbow slider here to change the color, and then click in this gradiated box here to change the lightness and darkness of that color. And if you do know the color values, you could type any of them in here. And actually we're going to use that color for the whole mask. If you wanted to, you could copy and paste the color just by clicking and dragging and then pressing Command C on a Mac or Control C on a PC. And we'll just double click the thumbnail icon again, and we'll click in the box next to the pound sign and drag to select the number, and we'll press Command V or Control V on a PC to paste that. And you'll see if we click the eye icon to hide the design that the whole mask is now that blue. If you need to, you can edit the shading a little bit to make it more pronounced or more subtle. To do that, just click the box next to More Shading, and then you can click on the More Shading layer and click the down arrow next to Opacity and just drag the slider to the right to make the shading more contrasty, or to the left to make it more subtle. You can edit the darkness of the mask shadows if you wanted to, just by clicking the arrow to expand the mask shadows layer group, and then clicking on the shadow, and then clicking the down arrow next to Opacity and dragging the slider to the right or the left. And depending on which mockup you purchased, you may have different backgrounds. You can just expand the backgrounds layer group by clicking on the arrow, and then just turn eye icons on and off to pick the different backgrounds you have. And when you're all done with that, you just need to save it. If you're going to be using this as a thumbnail online, like on Etsy, you'll want to save a version as a JPEG. So just go to File, Save As. Then when the Save dialog box comes up, just click the drop-down menu next to Format, change it to JPEG, and then click Save. If you wanted to save a version as a layered PSD file with your design, you could come back here a second time and click Photoshop, and then go up here and change the name for each of your designs. And that's all there is to editing the mask mockup in Photoshop. If you have any questions, please let me know by messaging me at melissabmockups.com. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you get updates to future videos. And as always, this mockup and other mockups are available at melissabmockups.com. Thank you.